Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's start our session by reciting Ulumul Kitab Fatihah. Alright, for today's session, we're going to cover how to connect to database. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is what we're going to cover, right? Actually, we have covered most of everything in JSP Servlet B. Okay. I hope you can, if you do not understand which part, you can replay the video, or you can see, you can watch on the tutorial. Okay. All right. For connecting to database, I have summarized into 5 steps, right, that you need to take. Okay. After this presentation, I will show you directly how you can make a basic connection here. Okay, the first one, you need a driver, right? And the driver, if you using MySQL, then you need MySQL driver. If you are using others database like Microsoft Access, then you need Microsoft Access driver. Okay, for this session, I'm going to show you the driver for MySQL. Second one, you need to define the connection URL. You need to specify when you have installed the MySQL, you have like localhost with what port numbers, right? Similar to your Tomcat, right? You access through localhost, right? MySQL, similarly, okay. Number 3, okay, so this is supposed to be number 4. Execute query or update. Execute mean after you have access database, mean you want what you want to do. You want to select database, you want to update database, you want to delete database. Anything you want to do, you can do it. Right? For example, if you want to register new user, then you need to insert into which table, right? Okay, if you want to view, then you need to select, right? If you need to change, you need to update, right? It depends on which stage of your application you want to do. Okay, then you close the connection. As simple as that. Okay, this is 5 simple steps. I will show you one by one. Okay, the first one, to load driver, right? For MySQL, you just use class.phoname. This is the driver. Okay, com.mysql.jdbc.driver, right? So you make this class and then put this like URL, right, driver inside this. Okay. Second one, you need to define the URL and establish the connection. URL, for example, if you're using MySQL, right, it will be JDBC, MySQL, and then localhost, and then the port number will be 3306, right? And then this is what's your database name. For example, if you have installed MySQL, right? We have installed, for example, in the Mac, if you have installed, right? Or similar to the window, right? You can find, okay. Okay, this is where you stop and where you start, right? Okay. I will show you how to install, okay. And secondly, you need to define the username and password, right? So you take this connection equal to this one, you get this method driver manager dot get connection, then you specify this URL, okay, this URL, and then username and then password, right? Okay. For example, if you're using this MySQL, after you have installed MySQL, right, then you can access through command line, right? Command line, something like this, right? MySQL, that's username and password here, and then type your password. When you install, it will ask you to put the password. Okay, now you are inside MySQL. Okay, how to view the table? View database. Okay, this day they have few databases. Okay. Let me type. Okay. Oh, sorry. Show databases, not view. Okay. I have one database. Only one database I have. Okay. I'll show you again. Okay. Next, you need to execute the query, right? Similarly, that I have explained before, right? You can, if you want to view the user, right? You can select everything from which table, right? Or from the customer table or any table, and then you take the result into the query, then you can display, or anything that you want to do. Okay. Lastly, you close the connection, right? To close connection, you just call connection.close method, and it will close, then you are unable to access. All right, very simple step. Okay, I will show you. There are some example. For example, in your system, right? In your system, you need to have login and logout system, right? For example, login, right? If user has registered their login, right? When you log in, you access the database, right? Query, right? Login. If username and password are correct, then you go to the welcome page, right? If the user still do not register, you can ask user to register. You can make a page to register, store in database, and ask them to log in, and you can show the welcome, right? For example, this login page, username and password, right? This is a form. You can create a form here. Okay, submit form. Okay, if they are not registered, you can register user here, email address, first name, last name, password, and choose the password, username and password here. Okay, register, right? One, you have connect to database, and you can insert, right? This one, you have connect database, then you create the result, insert into, right? This one, insert into, and you insert what is the parameter that you want to insert, right, into the table. But before you insert, make sure you create the table, right? Before you can insert any table, of course you need to have the table, right? Okay, for the login, right? This is the login part. Where is more? I need to. You can take this login table, right? This how to login. For you have connect, right? Of course, anytime you want to do something with database, you need to connect, right? But if you make a file, one connection file, and you put a file, anytime you want to do something with database, then you include that file, that login file, because so mean you does not need to write this code every time. So you just include a page, right? Include the login, right? Okay. Then when you log in, select from user where ID right? Okay, if user and ID are equal to some are correct, exists in database, then you can allow user to enter into the system, right? You can create your own script here. Okay, then when they have login, you can show welcome, right? This is welcome JSP, right? Similar to this, right? Similar to this. Okay, I will post this slide. It might help you, right? Okay. Okay. Next, I will show you how to install. You can for MySQL, right? We are using MySQL. For example, you can go to Google to download, right? MySQL. You can go to MySQL downloads, right? MySQL database. Wait. We are using community server, right? You use MySQL community server, right? Then you can download here, right? And choose your operating system. Okay, then you download here. Okay, so when you have it installed, during the install, it will show you the ports, right? Right. Okay, but commonly the port number is as I present 3306, right? That's default port number. If you do not change, you can use just this one 3306 localhost colon 3306, and then this database that you need to create. Okay, so when you have installed, you can access through this command line. For example, is it okay? You have any question? You have any question? Is it clear? You can hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Okay, so when to install, you just follow the step, right? Then you have installed MySQL. Then if you are in Windows or you're in Mac, you can go to command line, right? Then you write this MySQL -u root -p. Main MySQL username for root. Root is the powerful user, the highest user, and the password. Then you want to access the root. Okay. Then it will ask you the password. During your installation, it will ask you to insert your root password. Do not forget that password. Then enter this password. Okay, then you see you are inside the MySQL. Right? If you want to create the table, I think you have taken database programming DBMS, right? Right? Create, for example, let me view first. View, right? View databases. View, which should be show, right? Show databases. Okay, so this is the database that I have. I have created the user master, right? For example, if you want to create another customer, for example, then you just create database customer, right? It's like simple English, right? Okay, one row. Then you can show database. Then you have customer here, right? But if you want to use the customer, when you want to enter into the customer database, then you just use customer, right? I think you have learned this before, right? And you are inside the customer. You want to create the database, right? I think you have created this, right? You can take simple create table here inside database. Then you can create table, right? For example, I have this code, right? So I just paste. I don't want to type it. Then Insert table. If you want to show table inside this database. Right? You have one tutorial table, right? And so far and so forth, right? This is how you deal with MySQL. Very simple, right? You have taken few subject, right? I don't want to view a lot, and it's like simple English, right? Any question on installation MySQL? Right? You can go to Google, download community server, and follow step by step installation. After you have installed, you can come to this command prompt, create your database, create your table, right? How many table you have inside your database, okay, for your system. All right. Any question? Next, I will show
No,
you how you can connect using the Eclipse, right? So once you have created your database, right? I will post this code for you, right? You can create this one, for example, I create this JSP Connect. Right? You can go, for example, new dynamic webs, right? Dynamic webs. Example, I create another one. JSP Connect 2. For example, I create the Connect 2. Next. And make sure you tick this. Okay, then finish. Okay. So inside this, you just create another page, which is SQL. I call it index. Index. Then finish. For example, I've created this file before. Okay, I can post this code for you. Let's go for you. I close this one and I paste to the common one. Right? What is this file? It just import the SQL library, right? Okay. Then this one the URL, right? MySQL. Okay, for example, we want to connect to the customer table just now. Customer table that we have created. Customer table, right? Okay. With the username and password, right, that I have okay in mind. Okay, this is the driver. This driver. This is to check the connection. If the connection is successful, we show you successful connect. If not, unable to access the database. Right, we show you. I will I will upload this code for you. Right, as simple as that. So for your system, you can when you have connect, you can do anything. So one, for example, for this code, one it has connect, we have we close database directly. So if you want to do other thing, update, insert, you can do after this. So when you have done, when you click log out, you can close the connection. Okay, for this one, we just want to connect and close the connection. Okay, how to run? You go to this, right? Same to others. Run on the server. Okay, we need to save first. Need to okay, you see connection successful. Successful, right? For example, if I change the the password, right? I change to another one, right? I mean, I make the wrong password, right? Then I want to refresh. So it say unable to connect to database, right? Then I change back to the right password. Okay, I refresh. Is connect to the database that you have installed. Or you have mistaken put the wrong table that we have connect, right? Caster, you forgot to put R, right? Okay. Then you reconnect, it's unable to connect because you have connect to the wrong database. Okay. Then you put back the right database, install, and then you refresh, and then you connect to database. Right? When you connect, you can do anything: insert, delete, update. It depends on what type of system you are developed for. All right. It's that very simple to connect database. I will upload you this code. You can use this code to connect to your system. Right? And there's other script, many script available, right, for you to connect. Right? This is one of the way, right, to define. I think this is simple enough for you to understand. All right? Any question? Any question? Right, for those who just join, you can
Okay.
reverse back the video that I've shown you previously from the beginning until the end of the connection to database. All right, someone want to ask the question?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Salam Abdullah, yes.
Sir, I have a question for lab test.
Lab test, okay. What is the question?
You make question or Sister Kausar make question for theory or JSP Java Bean
For lab test is Sister Kausas.
and
Because
theory.
the,
We have
the
theory part, right?
sorry?
We have theory part.
We have
Theory.
theory part and we have a practical part. Right? If you want to, I will stop the record first, right? Because it will be